Right. Okie dokie. So. Okay, sorry for the delays. Various things had to be done there. So yeah, we're on Act 1, Scene 5, and we're thinking about Lady Macbeth here. And what I want to focus on is this soliloquy where she speaks to us. We're going to do a bit of analysis on this today. Think about ideas that have been connected with this this particular speech. Okay, so we have the raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tender mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctuous visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Whatever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Fairly powerful soliloquy, I think you would agree here. Blimey, where have you been? To Timbuktu and back? Yeah. So, let's go through this. The raven himself is hoarse. Why a raven? Why a raven, Tom? Did Shakespeare just sit down there thinking, do you know what? This soliloquy needs a bird. What am I going to put in there? Parrot? Robin? Magpie? No, I'm going to have a raven. Why a raven? You know what a raven looks like, don't you?
Doesn't it steal stuff?
Not that I'm particularly aware of. That's more magpies, I'm thinking, and jackdaws. But what does a raven look like, Tom?
Yeah, black.
How black? Did somebody say big black?
A big crow.
It's not a big crow, it's a raven. No, but how black is a raven? Oh, I like that. Midnight black. Yes. Yeah. And of course, what is that colour symbolising?
Death.
Yeah, you can think of death. Kiva? Yeah, and darkness, yeah. So again, I think the raven is meant in quite a few cultures is seen as a bird of ill omen. If it lands on your door, it's not bringing good news. Normally, the raven. So yeah, we can think about it as symbolising death. Dark deeds, that sort of darkness, and what else? What else could it be? What else could it be representing? Connected in this sort of idea, we'll get death, we'll get dark deeds, and yeah, it is just pure evil. It's that kind of malevolent force, yeah, and it croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan. Well, no two ways about it, Thea. When Duncan comes through this door to her castle, is he expected to go back out again? No, she's talking openly about what? His death. Unlike Macbeth, who talks about, these fantastical thoughts in my imagination that I've had thinking about, she's not afraid to call a spade here. Duncan, this is your fatal entrance. Yeah. So she openly talks of killing the king. What is that? That is treason.
Confidence.
And it isn't it, but treason holds no fear for her. She is willing to give air to the thought, to the idea that is treason. She doesn't hold back, doesn't dress it up. Does she sound like she is looking forward to this, or she's a bit worried? Almost, isn't it? There is a sense of excitement. He's coming, he's coming. The sooner you get here, the sooner we can kill you. The sooner my husband becomes king. Tom, are you making any notes? Oh yeah, you look very calm and relaxed. As everybody else I'm seeing is feverishly doing something or other, but you're just so cool, calm and collected. I mean, this is good news. Hang on, got to check my emails. It may be an update about someone that's not here that I need to know about. Back with you in a sec. Boom. Boom. Come on. All right. Right. So I need to update. Ah, dear. I want that. I want that again. Right, that's that done. Back to then. Oh no, this needs to go back here, don't I? Oh no, but I need to do this too. Right, back to it. That should be the end of the disruptions. Oops, thankfully. Right, yeah. So yeah, she is. I think that's a good way to put it. So it's this idea about, seizing power, seizing control, usurping, taking away. She's not going to be holding back here. Yeah, good, good, good. Lottie, on the next line, she says, under my battlements. What is interesting about that? It is. Why is the my interesting?
Because she's basically saying it's going to be under her command.
It's going to be under her
Command.
Yes, good. And my is an example of what type of language device, Lottie? Do you remember? It's the PP, the two Ps. Kimmy?
It's not. So it's going to be first person, but.
No, well, it is first person, yes. But first person what? PP. Correct, yeah. No, go. Sometimes it is quite easy. I mean, again, it's my battlements. In reality, whose battlements are they? No. No, Macbeth, isn't it? I mean, it's that kind of hierarchy. It's her husband's castle. It wouldn't be seen as Lady Macbeth's castle. It's his castle, sort of thing. But it tells you a little bit maybe about the dynamic of the family here. What do you think, Leon? What does it tell you about the dynamic of Lady Macbeth and Mr. Macbeth?
I feel like it's probably very one-sided. They both think that they control it.
Oh, James one-sided, Kiva?
I think Lady
Is what?
Macbeth is like more in power.
Yeah. I'll put that as a sort of question mark. I won't be posing that question because we can begin to see it. But you know, it's a sense that it's under my battlements. I'm in control. I decide what happens here. That's without her husband even being present. She's making the decisions. Yeah, and then we'll see when they do come together how that plays out. But yet, without giving any too many plot spoils away here, by the end of this play, you will see complete role reversal. You know, you see, Lady Macbeth does come across as such a powerful, authoritative person here at the beginning. That her downfall, it's incredible. It's almost inconceivable. You would not, if you were to predict at the beginning of this play, who's going to crumble, who's going to be, you know, destroyed by killing a king, you'd put your money on Macbeth. You wouldn't think Lady Macbeth. Yet, it is Lady Macbeth who will crumble completely and utterly. Okay? And then we have come you spirits. Now, Leon, can I direct you to that very word? Come. Oh, I like that. I hadn't thought about that. That's good. And we'll add a little bit onto that as well. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so it's greeting them, welcoming them, and them being the spirits, obviously. Yeah. Again, what type of word is come, Leon? That was good. Do that again, Leon. That was brilliant. Yeah, it's a command, isn't it? She's speaking in commands to the spirits. Does that remind you of anybody? Macbeth, when he first comes across the witches. Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. They're cut from the same cloth. Lady Macbeth and Macbeth. But I like that about, you know, welcoming the spirits in. And of course, we know these are evil spirits, not good spirits. Yeah. That tend on mortal thoughts, highlighting her own mortality here as well. You know, she recognizes, you know, she is mortal. But this is a way for her to become what? Well, what's more than mortal?
Immortal.
Immortal. Yeah, this is her saying, this is what I need. And again, isn't it? It's like the deed will speak on for itself. It will live down through time. Down through the centuries, they'll be talking about us or about me and what I did. Yeah. Okay, so it's this idea. She wants to become immortal through actions. And she says, you know, unsex me here. Well, that's a bit of a bizarre thing to request, isn't it, Matthew? What does she mean by saying, unsex me here? Does she want to be gender neutral? Is this what Shakespeare's getting at all these centuries ahead? Was he aware that the gender thing was going to become such a hot topic of debate? Or is it something else? When she says unsex me, what does she mean by that? Can we put it into sort of modern language?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? Okay. Nathan, do you want to have a stab at that one? Sorry? Kiva, what do you think? Unsex me. What's that? What's going on with that? What is she requesting when she makes that?
Oh, is it like the forgiveness for your sins?
Sorry?
Is it forgiveness for your sins?
No, no. Wait, but what is it she says that's the problem with her husband? And you'll have written about this. Sorry?
Is it that she wants to be, like, because he's going to be king?
Well, no, but no. Remember, she says he's too full of the milk of human kindness to take the nearest way, doesn't she? So she sees him as being weak because he's got those kind of human traits.
Isn't it like remove my weakness, maybe?
And what is her weakness? Being a woman. Because why does that make her weak?
Because back in that day, it's like women were seen as the...
Don't say that. Back in the day, yeah, don't. It's a thing. Contextually, it's rubbish if you think about it. Because who's on the throne before James I? Who rules England before James I? Yeah. So Shakespeare's audience is used to powerful women of a higher class. Yeah. Lower class women, they're just drudges. They just got to do work, all that sort of stuff. But the higher class women have had power and will continue to have power. So don't think that they're all kind of feeling inferior to men. They're not. But what does she see how does being a woman make you weak?
Because you can't do the same thing as men.
Because people don't respect you.
What do women have that kind of makes them gentler than men? What instinct do they have? Leon? Yeah, that's exactly what she's wanting taken away from her. She's saying, take away all that kind of gentle maternal instinct, those things that make me an empathetic human being. Do not do that because you'll whack Simeon on the head, you fool.
So it's like harassing people.
It's hardly harassing, it's flying about, it's what it does. Not bothering anybody. So you seeking to do aggravated bodily harm on it and take its life away from it. How'd you like that if somebody came in and just smacked you in the head because you were annoying them? You wouldn't, so just leave it alone. Right, so, yeah, that is exactly what she's getting at there. Kimmy? Oh, no, it's not. It's just because you're looking at it. If you ignore it, it's not going to bother you. So she sees her femininity as a weakness. And I mean, she just wants to become really harsh, vindictive, cold, callous as a human being, because then she can carry out this deed of murder and not bat an eye. It won't bother her. Yeah, it won't trouble her conscience. Where's your crown? Because she wants to be filled from the crown to the toe, top. Yeah. So it's there. Why did Shakespeare use the word crown rather than head?
Because she wants to be, she wants the power.
Yeah, she wants the power. She wants to steal the crown, and so it's that idea. It works. It's the word fits in with the theme, the idea that's going on here, and she wants to be filled full of direst cruelty. Not just any old cruelty, direst. What does that mean? What's that all about? Isaac, if you're filled with the direst cruelty, what does that make you? And don't say a bad person.
Evil.
Evil, yeah, I think we can go for that. Yeah, I mean, isn't it? She's wanting that essence of pure evil, malevolence within her. Yeah, that is what she is wanting within her. She wants her blood to thicken and stop up the access and passage to remorse. She wants remorse removed from her. It's almost as if she wants to become what? Rather than be human, she wants to be something else. Rather than be, think of it more in an easy way. I'm giving you this word human for a reason. Rather than, yeah, she wants to be inhuman rather than human. Yeah? And then she carries on that no compunctious visitings of nature shape my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effects. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Ooh. Ooh. What is gall? Have a guess. Rather than having nice, nourishing milk, remember she wants to be filled, full of direst cruelty, evil thoughts, deadly actions, so that it kind of almost fills her blood. Her blood is, black and thick with evil, with what makes that image horrific, unnatural? I think we're all familiar with the milk that she's talking about. Yeah? You all get it? Yeah? Yeah? Tom, what sort of milk is this? What sort of milk is she talking about here? Who would normally drink it? A child. Even smaller than a child, probably. Yeah, thank you for that very strange way of saying baby. Yes. Yeah, yeah. And so it's a baby's milk. It's the milk that a mother naturally produces for her baby. And she wants that to be replaced with what? Gall. What is that? No, it's not. What? You're right, it's like the advert. It's not milk. You're quite correct.
Can't believe it's not milk.
Yeah, I can't believe it's not milk. Yeah. Oh, for goodness sake. Yes, how do you guess that, Kiva? Yeah, it's poison. I mean, think of that. Here is a potential mother. You know, she's not got any children, but she's saying, you know what, I'd rather, if I did, I would rather have poison than breast milk for my offspring. That's a pretty dark thought by anybody's measure. She'll go one worse when she's confronting her husband, because Macbeth will have a moment of doubt before he goes ahead with the deed here. And he's going to go to his wife and say, do you know what? I've had second thoughts. We're not going to do this. And do you know what she says to him? Do you know what she says to him?
No.
Of course you don't, because you haven't heard ahead in the play yet. And I'm going to give you a bit of a plot spot. She says, if I had promised such a thing to you, you know, basically she's going down the route of a promise is a promise. You promised me you'd kill Duncan to become king. She said, if I had promised to do this, even as it was feeding at my breast, I would pluck my babe's nipple from my nipple from my babe's mouth and dash its head out on the floor in front of you. That is how committed Lady Macbeth is to regicide. It is a bit, yeah, it is. Why do you say that? I mean, apart from the kind of blindingly obvious, what makes you say that, Lottie?
Well, it's our natural instinct.
She's going
Yeah.
to an extreme.
And that's what it is, isn't it? It's going against natural instinct. And this is what she is calling on these spirits to do, to take away every natural instinct I have in my body that will stop me from going ahead. I want it gone. Sorry, Lottie?
It's not even like she's the one getting the power.
Yeah, well, you can't say she's all in. She is committed. She ain't going back.
Do something like this, at least be the one to make sure that you're not, or not your husband. Okay. And of course, we've got you murdering ministers. A nice little bit of what there? Nice little bit of alliteration. You murdering ministers. Wherever in your sightless substances. Ooh. What does this sound like she's creating now? Murdering ministers, sightless substances. Could be, or what else? Think witches. What do witches cast? Spells. So it's taken on a kind of sense of an incantation here, because you've got the murdering ministers. And again, the M is a kind of soft sound, not hard. And then you have sightless substances, so lots of S's, so lots of... What's the effect? It's sibilance going on here, isn't there? So, and yes, alliteration too, yeah. Oops, don't want a box, I want an arrow. Thank you very much. You know, and that sort of, you know, repeated S sound makes it sound, doesn't it? It makes it sound kind of evil, unnatural, creepy. The sightless substances, you wait on nature's mischief. And again, repetition of the order of the command. Come thick night. Just like she wants her blood to be thickened. Yeah, it's almost like she wants this dark night coursing through her veins and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell. Where's she transporting herself to?
Unrolled.
You could just say hell, yeah, rather than the world, but yeah, equally good. But isn't it? She's making an invocation to hell. And again, think how powerful. I mean, nowadays we might think, oh, that's nothing. But think back to the time, Shakespeare's England. We still have a very religious group of people here. Christian faith is strong, strong belief in God, strong belief in the devil. And here you have a character on stage openly appealing to the devil, to hell, to come and take their better part. She is literally making a bargain with the devil. She is selling what?
Her soul.
Thank you. Spot on.
Deal with the devil.
And think how powerful a message that is in Shakespeare's day to do that. Because you do that, there's going to have to be a reckoning. The devil wants something in return. Yeah? Is that at all relevant, Kimmy? Hmm? So why ask it? Hello, enter. Hiya. I. I could say, wow, that was quick. Okay. And again, so that would be, and obviously contemporary can work either ways, because we are in a contemporary audience, as in more day, but we're thinking about in Shakespeare's day, yeah? It's that contemporary audience that we're thinking about, okay? And, you know, that would be shocking to them. At the same time as this play is being written, there is another play that gets written, all to do with somebody selling their soul to the devil. Anybody know the name of the play and the playwright? It involves a doctor.
Doctor Who.
Oh my god. I was going to say.
Do you know what? If you weren't in my form, there would be serious repercussions by now, Kimmy. It's only that stays my hand.
What year was this written?
Oh, well, this is 1605, 1606. Round about the same time, there's another playwright going around who's a contemporary of Shakespeare. Shakespeare, some people say that he was better than Shakespeare. Christopher Marlowe is the name of the playwright. Anybody know the play? Nathan? It is. Boom. Now, you must be familiar with the legend of Faustus.
Oh yes, he is, sir. Ask him all about it.
Yeah. In fact, I bet, Thea, do you know about Faustus from Goethe?
I bet he knows.
Yeah, because Goethe does. I mean, it's gone all down through the literary heritage, has Dr. Faustus. But yeah, Dr. Faustus makes a pact with it. He's a very educated man, and he goes to university. Can you remember where he goes to university, Thea? Württemberg. Yeah, in Germany. Württemberg, yeah. But he is a very educated man, and he's a bit bored with life because he's learned everything he needs to know about medicine, about law, about natural sciences. He knows everything about everything. And he says, you know what, I want to find out about the dark arts now, the forbidden knowledge, they never let us know. And he conjures up Mephistopheles.
So pretty much he's the Albert Einstein of that time.
No, I don't recall Albert Einstein selling his soul to the devil. Anyway, and he conjures up Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles says, hey, you can have what you want, you just need to sign here in blood, as you do. And Dr. Faustus, being such a clever man, do you know what he asks for in return for selling his soul to the devil? How many years of kind of fantastical power to do anything? You know, like he can whiz round the globe in the blink of an eye. He's got unlimited power to do anything. And do you know how many years he bargains for this? No, a bit higher than that, but equally stupid.
You ask for infinite.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He asked for 27 years. What a fool! What a fool!
Why 27 when you ask for like 5 billion?
That's his downfall. That's his hubris. That's his hubris.
Then he would still be around today, which is impossible.
Anyway, so contemporary audiences were very familiar with this concept of selling soul to devil and devil will come and get his dues and all that sort of stuff. And this seems to be what Lady Macbeth is doing here. And she talks about, you know, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through. She wants to do what to heaven? When she says, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the night. What is heaven literally doing with the blanket? Covering itself up, isn't it? You're meant to be, if you're scared, you peep above the blankets. Is there something that frightens you? You're too scared to look out. She wants an act that will shock all of heaven so that it will be afraid to look on what she has done. That's pretty apocalyptic as human behavior goes. Yeah, and that heaven will be so scared of her, and it will say, enough, I can take no more. So my question to those of you who are young men in this room, we've just gone through and found out what a powerful woman Lady Macbeth is and the lengths that she will go to become queen to Macbeth's king. Would you be happy married to such a woman? Nathan says yes, Kimmy says no. Maybe tomorrow we can find out a little bit more about why Kimmy says no and Nathan says yes to such a concept and such an idea.
Isn't that, it's kind of ironic because he don't really like worship God and you're trying to get you're in love with a woman who worships Satan.
But you've got to ask yourself, what you've got to ask yourself in a way is, why does she love that side of things? For what purpose is it? Who's she doing this for?
Herself.
No, you couldn't be further from the truth. As I said to you before, this play, as well as being, thinking about it as a tragedy, it is a great love story too. Because here, this is about what late